This program was filmed entirely at the Marine Corps Recruiting Depot in San Diego, California. These are actual hand-to-hand self-defense classes as presented to Marine Corps recruits. The drill instructor will present the basic moves of the line technique of self-defense. Each of these moves is a response to certain types of attack. It is designed to be a simple system that is adaptable for use with other forms of self-defense techniques. You will need to work with a partner, studying the moves outlined in each lesson, and then practicing each movement as the recruits do. It is important to train your muscles to react instinctively, quickly, and decisively when threatened. To do this, you must practice repeatedly and extensively. Before each practice, warm up your body with a 5-minute jog or walk, followed by a 5-minute stretching program. Each movement is broken down into isms, short phrases that describe the steps of each move. Use these isms to help you learn and remember the steps. Repeat the isms as you practice to help you speed the learning process. Be sure to pay careful attention to the safeties the DI outlines for each move. The moves you are practicing could result in serious injury. The utmost care must be taken at each step so you do not injure your partner. At all times, use caution and common sense. Do not attempt any move that you are unsure about or feel could be unsafe for either you or your partner. For your safety, if you suffer any ailments, consult a physician before working out with this product. And if you are sick or in pain while you are exercising, stop. Consult a physician if discomfort persists.
There are 4 separate line classes, starting with line 1-1, line 1-2, 2-1, and 2-2. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So you'll be out here 4 times learning different movements. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And what these movements are is to defend yourselves in combat. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
We're going to teach you certain movements to use so you can defend yourself if you ever come in a combat situation, in a hand-to-hand situation. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Who knows what a dojo is?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dojo. It's where you practice, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
In martial arts, a dojo is where you practice movements, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And my line pit is my dojo, can you go?
Yes, sir.
I teach you the movement on my podium, and then we're gonna go out into my line pit and do it on each other, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Today we're gonna learn 3 movements. First 2 movements are controlling techniques. Movements that you would use as if you're on patrol or on duty and you need to apprehend an individual, but you don't need to hurt him, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And the 3rd movement you will learn today is the actual killing technique. When you get done executing this movement, you will kill your partner, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
In that combat situation, you will kill your enemy, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You will not hurt that recruit today because there are safeties that we're going to use so we don't hurt nobody, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
We don't want no one to get hurt, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, once again, we start from our recovery stance. Feet shoulder apart, heels on line, hands to fist. When we get out in my dojo, we're going to be about 1 arm's distance from each other. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
We'll be facing each other, squad versus squad. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
And the first move we're going to learn today is the wrist lock. What is it?
Wrist lock, sir.
No, what is it?
Wrist lock, sir.
My attacker is going to execute an open-hand lapel grab to my chest. Approximately chest level, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Fingers extended and joined, thumb along the hand, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
What he's simulating someone grabbing you on the chest, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And on my attack, you sound like I'm just kill, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
My demonstrator will execute my open hand lapel grab. Here we go.
Kill.
And just like so, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
My ready 1 is grab, twist, grab. What is it?
Grab, twist, grab.
No, what is it?
Grab, twist, grab.
Now, what's gonna happen is you're gonna take, from here, you're gonna take your right hand and you're gonna reach, you're gonna place your right thumb on the back of his hand, centered. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, the remaining 4 fingers are gonna get wrapped around the meaty portion of his hand. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
That's the grab. You're gonna take that hand, that first hand that you grabbed, and you're gonna twist it. This is the twist. You're gonna twist it so the palm is facing him and your elbow is tucked in, just like port arms. Have we learned port arms yet?
Yes, sir.
And just like port arms, you keep the elbow in tight. His fingers are pointing towards the sky. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
That's my twist. Now, for my last part, my grab, you're gonna take your left hand and mirror image what you just did with the right hand. When you get done, Both thumbs are underneath the knuckle line, and your 4 fingers are above his wrist line, which is this area right here. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you have big hands, and you're gonna take the fingers, you're gonna pass the wrist line, and you're gonna stick them out just like so. Can you go?
Yes, sir.
Ready, 1 is grab, twist, grab. What is it?
Grab, twist, grab.
Right thumb on the back of that first hand. Do it.
Aye, sir.
Nope, the thumb gets placed on the back of the center of his hand. Take that hand and twist it so that the palm is facing him. Do it.
Aye, sir.
Mirror image what you just did with the right hand. Do it.
Aye, sir.
Nope, do it.
Aye, sir.
That's my ready 1, grab, twist, grab. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, my ready 2 is bend and drive. What is it?
Bend and drive, sir.
You want to make his palm touch his forearm. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you're going to trace the seat with your right foot. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Driving him to the deck. He's going to land on his back, and you're going to lock his arm out with your left knee. Make sure you stand up straight. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. My ready 2 is bend and drive. What is it?
Bend and drive, sir.
Here we go. Ready, 2.
Bend and drive.
Stand up straight. Left knee locks out the arm, not the right knee. You should be standing up straight. Now, make sure your thumbs are underneath the knuckle line. Make sure your fingers are wrapped around the knee portion of his palm and that they're not below the wrist line. Now, when I tell you to, you're going to apply pressure on his hand 3 times. You will let go of the pressure every time he sounds off loud to kill. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, my kill is going to be loud and viciously. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You don't sound off with a kill until until you feel that pressure. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Do it now. Recover! Quickly, get on your feet. Here we go. Attack! Run!
Grab, twist, grab.
Now, my ready 2 is bend and drive. What is it?
Bend and drive.
Now, make sure your thumbs underneath the knuckle line, fingers above the wrist line, elbows in tight, just like you do when you do paired arms. Now, my ready 2 is bend and drive. Bend that hand to the outboard side of his forearm, straighten your arms out, lock, trace with the right foot, and then lock his arm out with the left knee. My ready 2 is bend and drive. What is it?
Bend and drive.
Here we go. 2!
Bend and drive.
Stand up straight, lock his arm out with your left knee. Go ahead and apply pressure.
Yeah.
My ready 1 is grab, twist, grab. What is it?
Grab, twist, grab.
Ready, 1!
Grab, twist, grab.
My ready 2 is bend and drive. What is it?
Bend and drive.
Ready, 2!
Bend and drive.
Stop that, Stop it. Apply pressure 3 times. Do it. We're going to move on to the second movement you're going to learn today, which is almost the same as the first movement with the wrist lock. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
The isms are the same, so you're going to pick it up a lot quicker. It's called the reverse wrist lock. What is it?
The reverse wrist lock, sir.
No, we sound tired. What is it?
Reverse wrist lock, sir.
Now, the feet are going to be shoulder apart, heels on line, hands to make fists in front of your hips. We're going to have approximately 1 arm fist. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And just like before, on that match feature attack, he's going to do an overhand lapel grab. Can you go?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Attack!
Yeah.
Now, already 1 is grab, twist, grab. What is it?
Grab, twist, grab.
We're going to go over that first hand and reach for the second hand. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
And it's just the same. The right thumb gets placed on the back of his hand in the center. Twist and grab. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Already 1 is grab, twist, grab. What is it?
Grab, twist, grab.
Ready! 1!
Grab, twist, grab.
Palm is facing him. He's going to start causing some pain on his forearm. He's going to get in the inverted L position. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Just like so. Now, my ready 2 is bend and drive. What is it?
Bend and drive, sir.
And you're going to bend that hand straight towards his forearm. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
You're going to trace with the right foot, and he's going to land on his face. You're going to lock his arm out immediately with your left knee. All right, ready 2 is bend and drive. What is it?
Bend and drive, sir.
Ready! 2!
Bend and drive.
Just like so. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Now, and we can see that his face is in the dirt. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And before, he was facing me, right?
Yes, sir.
Now his face is on the deck. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
My left knee locks out his arm, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Stand up straight. If you have short arms or he has short arms, pull him up. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Thumbs underneath the knuckle line, the fingers above the wrist line, and I'm good to go. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And just like before, I'm gonna apply pressure 3 times straight toward the deck. Heel sound off will allow me to kill, just like so. Kill, kill, kill. Now this one works a lot better than before. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
There's more pain involved in this one. And also, if you have a limber recruit or a limber attacker in combat, you can take that right boot and make them eat it. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Take that right hand, defenders, and pass that first hand. Go above, pass it, place your right thumb on the back of his hand. Fingers, wrap them around the meat portion of his palm. Twist that hand so it's facing him. Twist it. He should be getting an inverted L position now. Keep your elbow in tight like port arms.
Twist his
Then
head.
bring that left hand and mirror image what you do with the right hand. Do it.
Right there.
His fingertips should be towards the sky. His head should be chest level. Here we go. My ready 2 is bend and drive. What is it?
Bend and drive.
Sound off with my ism as you execute the movement. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Ready! 2!
Bend and drive.
Stand up straight. Stand up straight. Now, when I tell you to, we're going to apply pressure straight down towards the floor until we sound off. We're allowed to kill, and we're going to do it 3
Underneath the
times.
knuckles. Underneath the knuckles.
Here we go.
Straight. Palm straight to the deck. Pull the arm up.
Cover! Ready! 1! Elbows in tight like port arms. My ready 2 is bend and drive. What is it?
Bend and drive.
Ready! 2!
Bend and drive.
Stand up straight.
Straight up and down.
Now apply pressure 3 times to the deck straight. Do it. Now my wrist lock and the reverse wrist lock are controlling techniques. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Those are used to apprehend an individual. A good kick in the face, you can kill them, right?
Yes, sir.
But they're not meant for killing, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now the next movement you're gonna learn is a killing technique, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The mission of this movement is to kill an individual. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Now, this movement we're gonna go over is called counter to a front choke. What is it?
Counter to a front choke, sir.
What we're gonna teach you is how to defend yourself when somebody comes at you and tries to execute a front choke. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, just like before, on my command solution attack, my attacker is gonna execute an open hand lapel grab. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Except this time, he's gonna go a little bit higher on my chest because he's simulating a front choke. He's not gonna choke me, but he's gonna put his hands a little bit higher than usual. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Attack!
Yeah.
Just like so. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Now, my ready 1 is break, step, grab. What is it?
Break, step, grab.
No, what is it?
Break, step, grab.
The first thing we're gonna do on that ready 1 break, we're gonna break his arm. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
How we're gonna do that is we're gonna take our right fist and we're gonna shoot it in between both his arms, and we're gonna achieve wrist-on-wrist contact. At the same time, you're gonna bring your left forearm and strike the outboard side of his elbow. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
This happens at the same time. You're gonna bring your right wrist up and your left forearm up, striking the wrist and the elbow, and you're gonna break his arm. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
In combat, you'll break his arm, but in training, he's gonna have his arm slightly bent with extreme muscular tension. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
That is the safety, and it's on my attacker. It's on who?
My attacker, sir.
On who?
The attacker, sir.
Safety is on the attacker. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Now, for the step, you're gonna take your right leg and trace a giant C with your right foot. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Just like so. Putting him in the inverted L position, you're gonna take your right hand and manipulate it so that you grab him in a suitcase style grab. You carry a suitcase like this, right?
Yes, sir.
You're gonna grab him. When you get done, it's gonna look just like so. His hand is almost gonna be in your right pocket. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
His arm is gonna be up against your waist. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
your left forearm is going to apply pressure on the broken limb. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Right on the elbow, it's going to always apply pressure on the broken limb. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
That's my ready 1, break step grab. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Now, my ready 2 is kick in place. What is it?
Kick in place, sir.
Now, in combat, you take the right leg, which is cocked back, and you drive your foot, your right foot, right in the nose. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You aim for the nose, the bridge of his nose, try to shove that bone in his brain housing group. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Now, in training, we're not going to do that. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
He's going to have a safety. His elbow is going to be in towards his belt buckle, hand made fist, palm towards the deck, with extreme muscular tension, covering up his face. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Now, what we're going to do is you're going to take that right foot and you're going to execute a vicious football-style kick to the meaty portion of his safety. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Your foot's going to land right in front of his face. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
My ready 2 is kick in place. What is it?
Kick in place, sir.
No, what is it?
Kick in place.
Here we go. Ready! 2!
Kick in place.
Just like so. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Always maintain pressure on the elbow. The foot lands right in front of his face. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
My ready 3 is switch and twist. What is it?
Switch and twist, sir.
We need to change the hand, this hand to our left hand. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this hand that's in our right hand and we're going to shove it in his armpit. Make a little chicken wing. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
We're going to change from the right to the left, just like so, and bring this hand towards our left side, in our left pocket. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
We're going to raise up on the balls of our feet and pivot towards his rear. He's going to grab a piece of sweatshirt in between his shoulder blades. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Once again, my ready 3 is switch and twist. What is it?
Switch and twist.
Sir. Ready! 3!
Switch and twist.
Just like so. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Now, my ready 4 is sweep. What is it?
Sweep.
What is it?
Sweep.
Now, in combat, you take your right cutting edge of the right heel and you bring it up waist high and strike the Achilles tendon. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
But today we're in training. We're not going to do that. You're going to still bring that cutting edge of that heel waist high. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
But you're going to aim for calf on calf contact. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Aim that cutting edge of that heel in between his 2 feet and achieve calf on calf contact. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
You hold down to this hand, you don't let it go. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
And once you feel that calf, you let go of this hand and bring it up to your right side in a good guard position. You're gonna sweep them straight towards the deck. You're not gonna stop here. My ready 4 is sweep. What is it?
Sweep.
No, what is it?
Sweep.
How high?
Waist high, sir.
No, how high?
Waist high, sir.
Here we go. Ready! 4!
Sweep.
Just like so. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Bring that right arm up in a good guard position, guarding the right side of your body, just like so. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Because my race 6 is stop. What is it?
Stop.
No, what is it?
Stop.
This is the killing blow. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
This is what's going to kill him. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
In combat, you take your right heel and you bring it up waist high. How high?
Waist high.
And you stop your attacker on the face, right on the bridge of his nose. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
But we're in training. We're not going to do that. We're going to get parallel to our attacker, just like so. You're going to bring the cutting edge of that right heel waist high. How high?
Waist high.
And you're going to stop your attacker 8 to 10 inches from the near side of his face, which is this side right here. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
My race 6 is stop. What is it?
Stop.
No, what is it?
Stop.
Ready!
Stop.
Sit!
Stop.
Take that right hand, wrist on wrist contact, do it. Left forearm strikes the point of his elbow, do it. Now, take that right foot, trace a giant C, and change the grasp and trace suitcase style grab, do it. My ready 2 is kick in place. What is it?
Kick in place.
Make sure you have your safety. Elbow towards the belt buckle, hand like this, palm towards the neck. You execute a vicious football style kick to the meaty portion of his safety. Your foot lands in front of his face. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
My ready 2 is kick in place. What is it?
Kick in place.
Here we go. Ready! 2!
Kick in place.
And we're going to take this switch and twist step by step. Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Take that arm that's in your right hand and shove it in his armpit. Do it. Change the grasp from your right to your left. Do it. Bring that hand towards your left pocket. Do it. Now, pivot on the balls of your feet towards his rear. Do it. Grab his sweatshirt and the shoulder blade. Now, his hand should be in your left pocket. Your right leg should be cocked to the rear. My ready 3 is switch and twist. What is it?
Switch and twist.
Here we go. Ready! 3!
Switch and twist.
Here we go. How high?
Waist high.
How high?
Waist high.
You should be seeing your bootlaces when you sweep. Here we go. Ready! 4!
Sweep.
Hey, recruit. That was nowhere near waist high. Get back.
Bring it down with force. Yes, sir. Take it. Let's let go with this hand. Get up. Get up. Put it down. Put it down with force.
My ready 5 is stop. What is it?
Stop.
What is it?
Stop.
Here we go. Ready! 5!
Stop.
Hey, cover! Tight! Place that grab. Kick and place. Switch and twist. Sweep, waist high. Waist high, sweep.
My ready 1 is grab, twist, full grab. Safety's up. Safety's up. Hey, how about get your safety up, recruit? My ready 1 is grab, twist, full grab. What is it?
Grab, twist, full grab.
No way. What is it?
Grab, twist, full grab.
Ready? 1.
Grab, twist, full grab.
Oh, no, get back. Ready? 1.
Grab, twist, full grab.
My ready 2 is right left break. What is it?
Right, left, break.
Giant right step with that right foot. Left step with that left foot. Right next to attacker's right foot. Good to go.
Yes, sir.
Ducking underneath that arm, breaking on the point of the elbow. Ready? 2.
Right, left, break.
Should be in that inverted L position with the safety up. Already 3 is kick in place. What is it?
Kick in place.
What is it?
Kick in place.
Ready? 3.
Kick in place.
Ready? Hey, get back.
Yes, sir.
Ready? 3.
Kick in place.
Oh, no, get back.
Aye, sir.
Ready? 3.
Kick in place.
Already 4. Switch and twist. What is it?
Switch and twist.
What is it?
Switch and twist.
Ready? 4.
Switch and twist.
Already bring towards gear right now.
Kick the leg back.
Already 5 is sweep. What is it? Ready? 5.
Sweep.
Already 6 is stop. What is it?
Stop.
Ready? 6.
Stop.
Attack. Grab, twist, pull, grab. Right, left, break. Kick and place. Switch and twist. Swoop.
Stop.
Attack. Already 1 is grab, twist, pull, grab. What is it?
Grab, twist, pull, grab.
No, what is it?
Grab, twist, pull, grab.
And you're gonna grab that hand by the wrist, which the arm he has you in a headlock. My ready 1 is grab, twist, pull, grab. What is it?
Grab, twist, pull, grab.
1!
Grab, twist, pull, grab.
Now, my ready 2 is 270 break. What is it?
270 break.
So what is it?
270 break.
That arm, you can shoot it out straight towards the sky. Using your left foot, you're gonna pivot on your left foot towards 70 degrees until that right foot is cocked back, ready for my kick in place. Using the torquey motion of your body, you're gonna execute a strike to the point of his elbow using the meaty portion of your forearm. Now, my ready 2 is 270 break. What is it?
270 break.
No, what is it?
270 break.
Here we go. Ready!
270 break.
That arm, that hand should be in your left pocket. That hand should be in your left pocket. Get in there now. Here we go. My ready 3 is kicking in place. What is it? Ready! 3!
Kick in place.
Now, my ready 4 is twist and grab. What is it? Oh no, what is it? You're gonna pivot on the balls of your feet and your face, your attacker's rear. You're gonna grab your sweatshirt in between the shoulder blades. My ready 4 is twist and grab. What is it? No, what is it? Here we go. Ready!
Twist and grab.
Now, his rear should be facing the circuit course. Feet shoulder apart, heels on the line, knee slightly bent. My defender should have that right leg cocked back. My ready 5 is for those of you who are not aware of the fact, this is payback. You're going to aim towards the center of his feet. You're going to achieve cap-to-cap contact. You're going to let go of that right hand, and you're going to maintain control of that arm that's in your left hand. My ready 5 to sweep. What is it? Sweep. No, what is it? Sweep. Here we go. Ready! 5. Sweep. Stand up straight. That right arm should be in the guard position. My ready 6 is stop. What is it? Stop. No, what is it? Stop. How high? Waist high. How high? Waist high. You're going to bring that heel waist high, and you're going to stop your attacker on the near side of his face, which is the side that you are on. Here we go. Ready! 6. Stop. I don't want to see none of that trash 2 inches high like I saw before. You understand that? Yes, sir. Here we go. Tap.
Grab, twist, 270, break.
Louder.
Kick and place, twist.
Louder. Waist high, waist high. One more movement, you understand that? Yes, sir! My last movement of the day, my last killing technique, you understand that? Yes, sir! Okay, just one more way on how to kill a man, you understand that? Yes, sir! Now, we just learned counter to a front headlock. My next movement is counter to a rear headlock. What is it? Counter to a rear headlock, sir! No, what is it? Counter to a rear headlock, sir! Ah! Tap! Kill! Hey, he snagged me up, did he not? Yes, sir! My ready 1 is slap and stand. What is it? Slap and stand. No, what is it? Slap and stand. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take a step forward with that right foot, just like so. Hey, what you're going to do with that right foot is you're going to throw your attacker off balance. You understand that? Yes, sir. Now, that left hand comes straight up towards the sky. Finger staying joint, thumb on the hand, and it's going to come up all the way to your attacker's forehead. You understand that? Yes, sir. Now, in combat, you take your middle finger and your index finger and you execute a eyeball gouge, you understand that? Yes, sir. And you take his eyeballs and rip them out of his socket, you understand that? Yes, sir. And you would stand straight up with your finger still in his eyeballs, you understand that? Yes, sir. But we're in training and we're not gonna do that, you understand that? Yes, sir. All you're gonna simply do is you're gonna bring that left hand all the way up towards his forehead, finger staying joint, thumb on the hand, and you execute a slap to the forehead, you understand that? Yes, sir. And you're gonna stand up, straight up, and you're gonna pull back on his head, making your attacker form a arch with his body, you understand that? Yes, sir. And you are also exposing his throat, you understand that? Yes, sir. Once again, my ready 1 is slap and stand. What is it? Slap and stand. No, what is it? Slap and stand. Ready! Slap. 1. Slap and stand. Hey, just like so, good to go? Yes, sir. Now, my ready 2 is grab, twist, pull, strike. What is it? Grab, twist, pull, strike. Now, my safety's on my attacker. His left arm is up, 8 inches in front of his face. Elbow in towards the belt buckle, hand in fist, palm towards the sky, covering up his throat. You understand that? Yes, sir. In combat, you'd execute a groin strike to his groins. You grab him, twist him, pull straight up, and with that same hand, you'd execute a hammer fist strike to the voice box. Now, in combat, hey, that voice box or that trachea would swell up and cut off his air into his body, you understand that? Yes, sir. Causing your attacker to suffocate and die, you understand that? Yes, sir. But we're in training, we're not gonna do that. My attacker is gonna have to trust my defender. His main safety is gonna be covering up his throat, you understand that? Yes, sir. You will not execute that hammer fist strike if his safety is not covering up his throat, you understand that? Yes, sir. Now, once again, that safety is in front of his throat. You're going to ensure, defenders, that you execute a groin strike to the inboard portion of his thigh. You understand that? Yes, sir. You're going to grab, you're going to twist, and you're going to pull straight up. You're going to raise up on the balls of your feet, and with that same hand, you're going to execute a hammer fist strike to the meaty portion of his forearm until your attacker goes straight on the deck, just like so. You understand that? Yes, sir. Once again, my ready 2 is grab, twist, pull, strike. What is it? Grab, twist, pull, strike. No, we sound tired. What is it? Grab, twist, pull, strike. Here we go. Ready! 2!
Ground twist, full strike.
Hey, just like so, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Hey, simple, is it not?
Down!
Sound straight. Pull back on his head. Here we go. Ready! 2!
Ground twist, full strike.
Go!
Drop to the stand. Grab it.
Here we go. Take a stand. Face forward, stand side, sir. Hit hard, hands up, elbows in, chin down. Face forward, stand side, sir. Pretty motivated, right? Yes, sir. Here we go. Now, counter lead hand punch. That punch comes out. All you're gonna do is slide and hook. What is it? Slide hook. My ready one is slide and hook. What is it? Slide hook. Hey, you were my attacker. Good to go.
Yes, sir.
You were my defender. Good to go. Yes, sir. Now, my defender, all he's simply gonna do is he's gonna slide in all the way into his armpit. You're gonna get that hand and place it on the left side of your face. Good to go. Yes, sir. Slide in all the way underneath his armpit, right? Yes, sir. So he can't retract that and punch you again, right? Yes, sir. Slide and hook. You're gonna take that right hand, place it on the back of the head, right? Yes, sir. And bring that left hand on top of it, tracing that C with that right foot, right? Yes, sir. Hey, he's in the inverted L position again, right? Yes, sir. Here we go. My ready one is slide and hook. What is it? Slide hook. Ready? One. Slide hook. He's in the inverted L position. Safety's up, right? Yes, sir. Come around, guys. Hey, what do you think my ready two is? Knee in place. Knee in place, right? Yes, sir. Ready? Two. Knee in place. My ready three is circle, slide, and grab. What is it? Circle, slide, and grab. Come around, guys. Come around. Hey, all he's gonna do with that left arm, turn him all the way around, guys. Take that left arm, circle underneath that armpit, keeping that elbow up high, right? Yes, sir. Sliding that arm down, putting it on your hip, pivoting on the balls of your feet, and grabbing, right? Yes, sir. That's my circle, slide, and grab, right? Yes, sir. Right? Yes, sir. Here we go. What is this? Circle, slide, grab, sir. What is it? Circle, slide, grab, sir. Ready? Three. Circle, slide, grab. Hey, my ready four is sweep. What is it? Sweep. Feet are shoulder width apart, heels on line, knees slightly bent. Cutting edge of heel comes waist high. How high? Waist high. Calf to calf contact. Ready? Sweep. My ready five is stop. What is it? Stop. What is it? Stop. What is it? Stop. He's gonna take the cutting edge of that heel, bring it up waist high. How high? Waist high. How high? Waist high. He's gonna drive 8 to 10 inches to the near side of his head, right? Yes, sir. Cutting edge of the heel, right? Yes, sir. Here we go. Ready? 5. Stop. Already one is slide up. What is it? Slide up. What is it? Slide up. Already two is knee in place. What is it? Knee in place. Already three is circle, slide, grab. What is it? Circle, slide, grab. Already four is sweep. What is it? Sweep. Already five is stop. What is it? Stop. Use all my safety attackers. You understand me? Yes, sir. Now, execution attack. You go through all my movements, down off all my safety. Attack. Slide up. Knee in place. Circle, slide, and grab. Sweep. And stop. We learn counter to lead hand punch, right? Yes, sir. obviously we want to counter that lead hand punch for a reason, right? Yes, sir. Hey, if he connects, hey, you're going to be unconscious. You're not going to be able to defend yourself, right? Yes, sir. Now, the next movement I'll explain and demonstrate is counter to the rear hand punch. What is it? Counter to the rear hand punch, sir. Now, my rear hand punch is a punch coming from an inexperienced fighter. He's doing a haymaker style punch. Good to go? Yes, sir. Hey, that hand is coming around wide. Hey, Mike Tyson uses that, right? Yes, sir. Hey, he uses that wide looping punch, right? Yes, sir. When he connects, it hurts, does it not? Yes, sir. So we want to counter that, right? Yes, sir. Hands forward, hands high, sir. Lean apart, hands up, elbows in, chin down. Hands forward, hands high, sir. Already one is block. What is it? Block. No, what is it? Block. All you're simply going to do, when that punch comes in, here we go. Ready, one. Block. You're going to block wrist to wrist. Good to go? Yes, sir. Your wrist is going to be on his wrist. Good to go? Yes, sir. Our ready two. My ready two is step and break. What is it? Step and break. Now, there's a safety on my attacker. Safety's on who? Attacker. No, safety's on who? Attacker. Safety is on my attacker. His arm will be slightly bent with extreme muscular tension. Because I'm going to attempt to break that arm. Good to go? Yes, sir. No, good to go? Yes, sir. You're going to step in with that left foot directly underneath that elbow. And you're going to bring that meaty portion of that forearm on the point of his elbow. You're going to use my push-pull method. Good to go? Yes, sir. You're going to push with this hand, and you're going to pull with this hand, attempting to break that arm. Hey, we're going to cause some pain. Good to go? Yes, sir. No, we're going to cause some pain. Good to go? Yes, sir. Already two is step and break. What is it? Step and break. What is it? Step and break. Ready, two. Step and break. Already two, three. Already three is grab, smash, hook. What is it? Grab, smash, hook. No, what is it? Grab, smash, hook. Already three. All you're going to do is turn that hand around. You're going to grab the face of that wrist. Good to go? Yes, sir. Then you're going to take, in an actual situation, you take the point of that elbow, you're going to drive it right into his armpit. Hey, but for training purposes, we're going to take that tricep and we're going to drive it. We're going to thrust it out this way, and we're going to drive it right into his lat muscle. You understand me? Yes, sir. And then grab, smash, hook. That hook comes into play right here. You're going to turn that palm up, and you're going to hook his tricep into between your bicep and your forearm. Good to go? Yes, sir. You're going to push down. You're going to push down right here. We're going to get him up on his toes. Good to go? Yes, sir. Already three is grab, smash, hook. What is it? Grab, smash, hook. No, what is it? Grab, smash, hook. Ready, three. Grab, smash, hook. Already four is twist. What is it? Twist. Some of you I know are going to be doing this trash, and you're going to be trying to throw him. We're not throwing, understand me? Yes, sir. We've got him off balance. We're trying to break that arm going this way, you understand me? Yes, sir. Pushing down, good to go? Yes, sir. Pulling up, good to go? Yes, sir. Already four is twist. What is it? Twist. Ready, four. Twist. Automatically you bring your guard up, right? Yes, sir. Perpendicular to my attacker, right? Yes, sir. Hey, in actual situation, you're going to take the cutting edge of that heel, bring it up waist high. How high? Waist high. You're going to drive it to the bridge of his nose, causing him to bleed through his nose, possibly a concussion, right? Yes, sir. Hey, but this is training, right? Yes, sir. Hey, he needs to have his safety up. Safety's on who? Attacker, sir. Safety's on who? Attacker, sir. We need to turn perpendicular, right? Yes, sir. His safety's up. His palm is towards the sky, fingers curled in a fist-like fashion, elbow in towards the belt buckle. 8 to 10 inches away from his face with extreme muscular tension, right? Yes, sir. Hey, we are going to take our cutting edge of the heel and bring it up waist high. How high? Waist high. And we're going to drive it 8 to 10 inches to the nearest side of his head. That's the same side that I'm standing on. Good to go? Yes, sir. Hey, did I say stomp over here? No, sir. Did I say stomp over here? No, sir. No, I said stomp to the near side. Good to go? Yes, sir. You gotta bring the cutting edge of that heel waist high and drive it in the deck. Sounding out for the loud and vicious war cry. Loud and vicious what? War cry, sir. Here we go. My ready five is stomp. What is it? Stomp. What is it? Stomp. Ready, five. Stomp. Feet apart, hands up, elbows in, chin down, basic warrior, hands up. My ready one is block. What is it? Block. What is it? Block. Ready, one. Block. Wrist to wrist contact. Wrist to wrist contact. My ready two is step and break. What is it? Step and break. Safety's on my attacker. That arm will be slightly bent with extreme muscular tension. You're gonna break on the point of that elbow. Good to go? Yes, sir. Ready, two, step and break. Break on the point of that elbow. Push-pull method. You should see both of your palms. My ready 3 is grab, smash, hook. What is it? Grab, smash, hook. What is it? Grab, smash, hook. Ready 3, grab, smash, hook. Grab the face of that wrist. Grab the face of that wrist. Push down, pull up, get him on his toes. My ready 4 is twist. What is it? Twist. What is it? Twist. Ready 4, twist. Get your guards up. Safety's up. Elbow in towards your bubble. Palm towards the sky. Hey, that edge of the heel comes how high? Waist high. How high? Waist high. My ready 5 is stop. What is it? Stop. What is it? Stop.
8 to 10 inches away from your face.
Ready 5. Stop. Hey, get back to my stomp. Why are my stomps coming up with my leg bent? I know when I came up with my leg, it was straight, right?
Yes, sir.
Cutting edge of heel comes into the deck, and then driving it into the deck. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
That sawdust kicks up on that attacker, then we did it right. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
The legs should be straight. Shouldn't come down like we're stomping, like we're starting a motorcycle. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
It comes straight down to the deck. You're trying to crush that head. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
That is my killing blow. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
My ready 5 is stop. What is it?
Stop.
What is it?
Stop.
Hey, 5. Stop. Stop. Attack. Block. Step and break. Grab, smash, hook, twist, and stop.
Attack, block, stand and break, grab, smash, hook, twist, and stop. Attack, block, stand and break, grab, smash, hook, twist, and stop.
My line 2 deals with all my punches and kicks, you understand that? Yes, sir. We learned lead hand punch, we learned rear hand punch. Today you're gonna learn my uppercut, you understand that? Yes, sir. The first movement I'm gonna teach you is counter to an uppercut. What is it? Counter to an uppercut, sir. No, we sound tired. What is it? Counter to an uppercut, sir. Once again, my attacker, all he's gonna do is execute a basic uppercut towards your midsection. A basic uppercut, just like they do in boxing, you understand that? Yes, sir. Now, my ready 1 is block. What is it? Block. No, we sound tired. What is it? Block. All the defenders are going to simply do is with that left hand, he's going to execute a low block, achieving wrist-to-wrist contact, just like so. Both palms face the defender's right side, you understand that? Yes, sir. No, you understand that? Yes, sir. Once again, my ready 1 is block. What is it? Block. What is it? Block. Ready! 1! Block! Wrist-to-wrist contact, both palms face the same way. Now, my ready 2 is strike and hook. What is it? Strike and hook! No, what is it? Strike and hook! That right hand, you're going to use the meaty portion of your palm. You're going to strike the inboard portion of his elbow with your right hand, palm towards sky, just like so. You understand that? Yes, sir! Now, we see that gap created right there. Hey, where my football players and my wrestlers at? Yes, sir. We heard about shoot the gap. Yes, sir. You've heard that term before? Yes, sir. What you're going to do now is you're going to shoot that gap created by your attacker. You understand that? Yes, sir. When you strike, you're going to shoot the gap, just like you did. And line 2-1, you're going to bring that hand all the way to the rear of his head. You understand that? Yes, sir. Now, at the same time you're shooting that gap, placing that right hand on top of his grate, you're going to bring that left hand from behind, and you're going to bring it on top of that right hand, and now you're going to trace the C with that right foot, putting your attacker in the inverted L position. You understand that? Yes, sir. Left hand over right hand, just like so, on the back of his grate. You understand that? Yes, sir. His arm now is locked on my left shoulder. You maintain pressure so he cannot take control of the situation. You understand that? Yes, sir. Right leg is cocked back. Now, if you do not put those two hands on the top of his grate, if you put them on top of his neck, hey, what can happen? Yes, sir. Hey, he can stand up, can he not? Yes, sir. Hey, because his doggone, if I put my hands on his neck, all I'm using is my biceps. And his back muscles are stronger than my biceps, you understand that? Yes, sir. But once I put my hands on the top of his head, all he can use is his neck muscles. And now, my biceps are stronger than his neck muscles, you understand that? Yes, sir. And wherever I go, he goes. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Wherever I go, he goes, because my arm muscles are stronger than his neck. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
My knee, as I'm maintaining pressure on his head, I'm going to take that knee in combat, and once again, I'm going to aim towards his face for the bridge of his nose. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, the force of that knee is going to shove my foot right in front of his face. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
But we're in training. We're not going to do that. We're going to aim for the meaty portion of his forearm. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
The force of that knee is going to land that foot right in front of his face. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Once again, my ready 3 is knee in place. What is it?
Knee in place.
What is it?
Knee in place.
Here we go. Ready! 3.
Knee in place.
Now, my ready 4 is circle sliding grab. What is it?
Circle sliding grab.
No, what is it?
Circle sliding grab.
Once again, I take that left arm. I trace a small C around his little armpit. I'm going to take that same hand, slide it, and grab his wrist. I'm going to raise up on the balls of my feet, pivot his rear, and grab a piece of sweatshirt in between the shoulder blades. Now his hand is almost in my left pocket. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Once again, my ready 4 is circle sliding grab. What is it?
Circle sliding grab.
No, what is it?
Circle sliding grab.
Here we go. Ready! 3.
Circle sliding grab.
Now, what am I set up for now?
Sweep.
What is it?
Sweep.
How high?
Waist high.
How high?
Waist high.
Safety is on my attacker. His feet are shoulder width apart, heels on line. The knees are slightly bent. That hand is almost in my pocket. Ready! 4.
Sweep.
Just like so, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Automatically get parallel to your attacker. Now, his safety is automatic. That arm is locked out with your left knee. Bring that, cut into that heel waist high. Stop 8 inches from the near side of his face. You will sound up my war cry, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
No, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Ready! 5.
Stop. Ah.
Take off, guys!
Face your warrior, stand side, sir. Feet apart, hands up, elbows in, chin down. Face your warrior, stand side, sir.
Open your
Counter to an uppercut. My attacker, all you're simply do versus third squad is you execute a basic uppercut towards your defender's rib cage. My ready 1 is block. What is it?
Block.
What is it?
Block.
Ready! Block!
Block.
Wrist towards contact. Hello, defenders. Take that right hand, palm towards the sky. Create a half fist with that right hand. Now, take that right hand and strike the inward portion of his elbow. Do it now. Palm towards the sky. Right there. Can you see that gap?
Yes, sir.
Now, take that right arm, and just like you did yesterday on that first movement, you're going to slide that right arm all the way to the back of his head. Do it now. Now, that left arm comes from behind and gets placed on top of that right hand. Now, his arm should be locked out on your left shoulder. Get it there now. Now, trace the suit with that right foot and put that recruit in the inverted L position. Both hands on the top of his head. Attackers, try to stand up. If you can stand up, that defender is doing it incorrectly. My ready 3 is knee in place. What is it?
Knee in place.
What is it?
Knee in place.
A vicious knee to the knee portion of his forearm. Here we go.
knee in place.
Keep it in there. He's got it right now.
Nice, sir.
My ready 4 is circle sliding grab. What is it?
Circle sliding grab.
No, what is it?
Circle sliding grab.
Here we go. Ready! 4!
Circle slide and grab.
Rear towards the gear. My ready 4 is sweep. What is it?
Swing.
No, what is it?
Swing.
How high?
Waist high.
How high?
Waist high.
5!
Sweep.
My ready 6 is stop. What is it?
Stop.
What is it?
Stop.
Here we go. Ready! 6!
Stop.
Ready! 1! Ready! 2! Ready! 3! Ready! 4!
Circle slide grab.
Ready! 5!
Sweep.
Ready! 6!
Hook. Knee in place. last movement of line 2 is counter to a front kick. What is it?
Counter to a front kick, sir.
No, what is it?
Counter to a front kick, sir.
My ready one. My ready one is parry. What is it?
Parry.
No, what is it?
Parry.
Now, my attacker, hey, you're gonna make sure when I get you out in the dojo, we're gonna make sure you have double arms, double arm interval. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
That leg is longer than the arm. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, on my ready one, all my attacker's gonna do is a basic front kick as if he was kicking my groin. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
We're not gonna let him do that. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
In line, a weaker limb always parries a stronger limb. Did you go?
Yes, sir.
The arm is the weaker limb, and the leg is stronger. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
It's a bigger muscle. It's a lot longer. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna parry his kick with my left hand. He's gonna throw a kick. He's gonna execute a kick with his right leg. I'm gonna use my left leg, fingers staying joined, thumb along the hand, fingertips towards sky. I'm gonna use the meaty portion of my palm, and I'm gonna parry that kick anywhere in between his knee and his ankle. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna throw that kick. I'm gonna parry that kick. I'm gonna shove it towards my right side, making his body slightly turn. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Once again, my ready one is parry. What is it?
Parry.
No, what is it?
Parry.
Parry! One!
Parry.
Just like so, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
See how I threw him off balance?
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's what you need to do, you understand that? Now, we see that his back is almost completely towards me, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
That's what you want to get. You want your doggone attacker's back, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
That way he can't be throwing no punches at you. And right now, he has no idea what's going on because he can't see me, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, my ready two is grab and kick. What is it?
Grab and kick.
No, what is it?
Grab and kick.
Now, my knees, the knees of the human body only move forward and aft. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do they move side to side?
No, sir.
What you would do in combat is you grab a piece of material so you can maintain your balance. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You would grab a piece of material anywhere on his upper body, and you raise up on one knee. You cock that right leg up, and you strike the outboard portion of his knee inboard. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you step on it and drive him towards deck. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And while he's down there, you're squishing on his freaking knee that just broke off his bone. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You're crushing that kneecap. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
He's done for the day. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Hey, but we're in training. We're not going to do that. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
That's only in a combat situation or in an actual situation. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You kick towards the side and drive it straight towards the deck. That knee's going to split in half. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
He's done. Now in training, what you're going to do today is you're going to grab a piece of civvy shirt right on the upper portion of his shoulder. You're going to raise up on one knee, on one foot. You're going to cock that right leg, and you're going to slightly brush the side of his knee. Once my attacker feels that boot, he's going to automatically get down on both knees. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Just like so. Once again, my ready two is grab and kick. What is it?
Grab and kick.
No, what is it?
Grab and kick.
Once again, when you parry, you automatically come to the guard position. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
My ready two is grab and kick. What is it?
Grab and kick.
No, what is it?
Grab and kick.
Ready! Two!
Grab and kick.
Just like so, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, we're simulating that your boot is on the doggone back of his knee. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All you're going to do is you're going to place that boot right next to his knee. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, my ready three is slap and strike. What is it?
Slap and strike.
No, what is it?
Slap and strike.
Now, once again, we're in combat situation. You take your left hand, middle finger and index finger, and you take those two fingers and gouge his eyeballs right over his socket and pop them out. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you leave those fingers in there and doggone tickle his brain. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And the next thing you do is you bring that right hand and a hammer fist strike to the voice box. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
That voice box swells up, and he's done for the day. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
In training, what we're going to do is we're going to take that left hand, finger fan joint, thumb on the hand, execute a slap to the forehead. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You're going to pull back on his head. My attacker automatically gets his safety up. Elbow in towards the belt buckle, forearm 8 tensions above his face, hand a fist, palm towards sky. You're gonna bring that right hand up, and a fist, hammer fist, strike to the meaty portion of his forearm. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Once you strike his forearm, he automatically goes to the deck. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You come up in the guard, and you sound off my war cry. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Once again, counter to a front kick. Take a stand!
Face forward, hands high, sir. Feet apart, hands up, elbows in, chin down. Face forward, hands high, sir.
My ready one is parry. What is it?
Parry.
No, what is it?
Parry.
Ready! One.
Parry.
Our ready two is grab and kick. What is it?
Grab and kick.
Ready! Two.
Grab and kick.
Our ready three is slap and strike. What is it?
Slap and strike.
Ready! Three.
Slap and strike.
What is it?
Parry.
Ready! One.
Parry.
Already two is grab and kick. What is it?
Grab and kick.
Ready! Two.
Grab and kick.
Down to both knees.
All fours. Already three is slap and strike. What is it?
Slap and strike.
What is it?
Slap and strike.
With it right hand.
Ready! Three.
Slap and strike.
Ready! One.
Parry.
Already two is grab and kick. What is it?
Grab and kick.
Ready! Two.
Grab and kick.
Already three is slap and strike. What is it?
Slap and strike.
Ready! Three.
Slap and strike.
This completes instruction for the first 12 moves of the L.I.N.E technique. Remember that these are defensive moves and can result in very serious bodily injury. They should be used with extreme discretion and only when you are placed in a life-threatening situation.